custom, co-brand, partner, and library ads, as well as internal marketing projects, require the separate skill sets of at least 6 different creatives working together simultaneously.
And so I oversee the 29 people that work in the creative department that include writer, directors, editors, graphic artists, production personnel, and all the folks essentially that are in charge of all of the creative output from SpotRunner.
At any given time, we are producing probably 40 individual clients, somewhere in the vicinity of 60 to 80 individual projects.
A lot of emails, a lot of phone calls, a lot of tracking. Basically, it's communication.
Library ads are for any customer to use. And right now I'm managing about 60 different ads in various stages, from conception to making it up to the site.
I, along with production, I'm responsible for assigning specific projects to specific directors, and then once that project is assigned, helping them come up with a strong concept, helping them hone that concept, pitch the concept to the client. Once the client likes the concept, working with them on the various cuts and helping them sort of keep the bigger picture in mind.
This is a basic overview of how an ad is created and produced by the creative team at SpotRunner.
Concepting a custom ad begins with a call with the client usually, which actually is preceded by some sort of brief that we get, some sort of summary of what the client will be looking for.
Their website, if they have a website or whatever assets they have, photographs or if it's footage or marketing materials and so forth, kind of go over that and get the feel for what kind of business they are.
I look at all of that and I kind of take it all in and I sit with it and I try to think of what best encapsulates what it is they're trying to say.
It might be something that's a little bit more of a struggle, that you're trying to meet all the client's needs as well as the resource needs. You're working along one route that is what needs to happen, and you're working around another route of what's the reality of what we have at our disposal.
I try to concept an idea based on just a good idea, and then I try to find the footage that will support that idea.
Looking for clips and gathering clips and collecting clips can take anywhere, just depending on the size of the ad or the amount of footage needed for an ad, anywhere from half of a day to 3 days.
It's trying to incorporate all of that and trying to figure out what concept would best serve the client.
I was given burrito shop. We have no burrito footage. I had remembered a cartoon from childhood about some bill that goes up on a hill or something or another. And I just remember the bill actually looking like a burrito and it talking and so forth. So I had one of our graphics guys draw up a little burrito and then I had him talk to a beach ball.
So, what are you?
I'm a SpotRunner burrito.
Oh, so what are you made of?
I'm packed with your choice of steak or chicken. But most of the time, I like to put a framework, put a structure, and then let the editor have at it.
Every once in a while, I'll have something out. I just know exactly how I want it to be. But a lot of times, I just like to see what they're going to do.
And then come back and then we fine-tune it together.
Usually consult with the director about the script, and at that point most of them have pulled the shots for it. Just kind of get an idea of the flavor of what they want to accomplish.
I'll start putting the clips in order the way I think it should be cut or how they want it to be cut. Put the music down.
Sometimes there's problems just because you're moving at that point from concept into reality, and there's not always a bloodless transition.
How much information text-wise needs to be on this ad? Is it going to require some sort of matte, some sort of letterboxing?
You make your edit with low res, which is what we have at our disposal initially.
You have to get someone's approval, especially if it's a custom ad. You get all these notes each time until you satisfy the client.
I remember one in particular I did a custom job for, I think it might have been Diamond Ad. And I think I had 47 cuts before it was finally completed. So needless to say, that took months.
If you're wanting to get a point across in 30 seconds, then you need to be able to hit people emotionally. One of the best ways to hit people emotionally quickly is with sound.
Pro Tools. So here's the Digio 2 unit with the faders. Play with the levels. This is the Pro Tools windows, the edit window, the mixing window, sound files.
I can do all kinds of fun stuff with it.
Sometimes I use this handy dandy little music program called Reason, and I can do different music sound effects, minor composing if I need to. That's Reason. It's a Studio in a box.
If it's a simple ad like just music and voiceover, it's done in 20 minutes, half an hour. But if it gets complicated with sound effects, transitions and all that, it can go anywhere from 2 hours to 4 hours.
You basically meet with the directors and figure out like what works best for the ad and what they're thinking about, and then sometimes they'll give us reference images or ideas of what they want, a website that they're working with, and then we start making graphics.
I do anything from adding text to the ads to end cards to full graphic treatments.
It sort of ranges from anywhere between taking existing footage and adding graphics to it, or creating graphics from scratch.
My role is to really enable the creative department to do its best work. What the production department, both on the tailoring side and on the producing side, does is really make sure we're putting all the tools and the guidelines in place.
The traditional ad model, the traditional ad world is such that from concept to air date, you're looking at a minimum of 4 or 5 months and typically 7-8 months in a traditional agency. So the fact that the creative team can get a type of ad, the much more simple ad, out in 5, 6, 7 days, if all the footage is in-house, to 2 to 3 months, including a live action shoot, is at least half the time, if not more than half the time, than a traditional agency using production companies.